What's up everyone? Welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I'm Adriene, and today on the Foundations of Yoga series we have Revolve Side Angle Pose. And we have a little yummy practice that leads up to it, so it should feel good just as a practice in and of itself. But a revolve side angle, or this variation, is something that's pretty common in a public class, but goes by pretty quickly, and there's a lot of great benefits to it, but sometimes we cut past them by just kind of cranking into the shape. So today we're going to go a little deeper, use the breath to support the posture and find what feels good. Let's get started. Okie doke, today we're going to begin in a nice comfortable seat, ankles crossed, and go ahead and walk your ankles out a little bit further from your center, so don't feel the need to be kind of tightly bound here. Give yourself some space, little room for the hips to open here, yes, even here in Sukhasana. And if you feel like your spine is rounding, go ahead and sit up on something. Take a second, pause the video, grab a pillow or blanket or block if you have it, and give yourself some space. So all these little things kind of matter as we gear up for a posture or asana. And that's how we're gonna treat today's foundations video, like a mini practice. So I've done this in the past, but it's important to not just wham bam into poses. And it's really great to be cultivating a home yoga practice, but if you're wanting to just do one-offs or you're making fun videos to inspire or to motivate yourself, that's really great, but you wanna be really safe and mindful. So today, as we lead up into our posture, we're going to just treat it like a mini practice. So that means we'll start by tuning in with where you're at today and your breath, checking in with the breath. So once you get in your comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall and close your eyes. Trust the video, trust me, trust yourself. Thank you for sharing your time and for choosing me to practice with. Take a deep inhale in through the nose, and big exhale out through the nose. And again, big inhale in through the nose. And on your exhale, relax your shoulders. And one more time, big inhale in. And big exhale out. Awesome, beautiful. Take the arms all the way up and overhead. Big stretch here, spreading the fingertips super wide like two starfish. And on the exhale, just tilt to one side, big side body stretch. So we know where we're headed today. We can imagine, envision that pose. So warming up the body, lengthening through one side body, and then you'll inhale up through center, spread the fingertips, two big starfish here, spread, stretch. And then on an exhale to the opposite side. Feel the skin of the side body stretch. Try to draw the shoulder that's underneath forward. Open your heart. One more time to each side. Big stretch lifts you up. And exhale to the side. Inhale lifts you up. Lift your heart, lift your sternum. And exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, lifts you up, and exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in, big breath out. Great, this time inhale, reach for the sky, and exhale, twist to one side. So one set of fingertips come behind, and one to a knee. So just don't worry about your left and right here, just twist, find what feels good. Inhale, and exhale, and then inhale, back to center. Reach it up and to the opposite side, twist. Keep the heart lifted here, shoulders relaxed, side body nice and long, both sides, but also the front of the torso and the back of the torso. Ooh, yeah. And one more time on each side. Big inhale to reach up, and big exhale to twist. Stay here for one breath cycle. Begin to draw your belly in. Navel draws in and up. If you're familiar with Uddiyana Bandha, that lock here, just kind of drawing energy in and upward, inward and upward. Inhale back to center. And to the opposite side. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Back to center. Release that. Bring the soles of the feet together now. Cobbler's pose. Grabbing the ankles, or maybe you give yourself a little foot massage here. The joys of a home practice. And we begin to find this lift now from the pelvic floor. So we're really kind of finding this rooting down of the sitting bones, yes, but this lifting up through the center channel, the plumb line. Lifting up through the heart here. You might check in with the head, the neck. Again, envision side body nice and long, but also the front of the torso and the back body nice and long. See if you can deepen your breath here. Why not? Make the most of it. And then stay where you are, or loop the shoulders, keep the heart lifted. Plug the shoulders in as you send the heart back. So don't let the shoulders round here. Keep them drawing down away from the ears as you send the heart forward. So you can commission your elbows here if it fits your body to kind of anchor the tops of the thighs down. If your elbows aren't anywhere near your thighs, don't worry, it's just a matter of arm length and anatomy. So rather than rounding forward, keeping nice and long here, prepping for our posture. Big inhale in, and big exhale out. Let's do one more. Big inhale in, crown of the head, fireballs towards the front. And big exhale to release. Right on. All right, cross one ankle over the other, and we're gonna come onto all fours here. Sneak in a little cat-cow, so you'll come into your tabletop and just warm up the spine here. Drop the belly as you inhale. Navel draws up as you exhale. So while you're doing this, be sure to bring the breath into play a little more here. We're gonna need it here in a second. Definitely want to breathe deeply in any twisting posture, but especially in those juicy twists. So practice moving with your breath now. And as a teacher, I've learned it's so important not to just drop into poses like when I demo. The only time I've ever really hurt myself is when I've not been warmed up and I just try to do a posture, whether I'm just having fun or demoing something for friends that I am guiding or practicing with. So that's why we're leading up to this pose with such mindfulness today. It should feel good. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and curl the toes under. Inhale in, and on an exhale, we're just gonna let the knees hover here for 5 seconds. I'm wanting to light up this fire from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone. Hug the lower ribs in, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and make sure the neck is not hanging down, but nice and long. Great, release the knees, send it back, child's pose. You rock. Big breath in here. Big exhale out through the nose or mouth. Great, big inhale lifts you up. And we're gonna take the left foot forward. Take your time. Stack front knee over front ankle. Here we go. Way too excited for a revolved side angle pose. Okay, so just taking a second here to stretch out. For some people, this will be nothing, just ready to rock. And for others, this will be a big, big, big wake up call, big stretch. So honor where you're at in your body today and stay mindful. Remember that little hovering table we just did. So hug the lower ribs in, navel draws in and up. We start to find length through the spine. So if you're here, see if you can lengthen out. Great, then we're gonna hug the inner thighs to the midline. Very important to stack front knee over front ankle, toes pointing forward. Tag a little bit of weight in your back foot. Draw the palms together, and here we go. Inhale, lift up. Go ahead and lift all the way up so you can find length from the crown to the tail, sternum to thumbs. And then tug the left hip crease back. Tug the left hip crease back, and then start to sink a little deeper into the pose. So we're kind of coming into an Anjaneyasana move here, just prepping for our twist. Lengthen the tailbone down and breathe deep here. Then rather than just going into the pose here, kind of side cutting it, foundations of yoga. Press into your foundation, draw energy up. Think up and over. So you can use your creative mind, your imagination here a little bit here to think up and over. So again, rather than side cutting, I'm thinking up, drawing up through the center channel and over as I take my outer edge, the outer edge of my right arm to the outer edge of that left thigh. Adjust your feet as needed. If you're feeling unstable, you can curl the back toes under. That's an option here too. So now we're here, going up and over, big twist, right? Really great for the internal organs. So I'm not dumping all my weight here. If you're super flexible, you might come off a little bit, integrate your core. And then once you get here, we're gonna take the bottom hand to a fist. Wayayada. And we're gonna use it to just find length through the spine. So top hand comes over like a little spider. So dumb. And we lengthen through the crown, finding a little resistance here. So opening up through the armpit chest. I'm trying to get my thumbs over to my sternum. Is that possible? Perhaps not in my body. But big, big movement here. So breathe. Find length. Find a little leverage here. And last but not least, we might curl the back toes under. On a big inhale, find length. And on a big exhale, lift the back knee up. Great. One more breath in here. And then exhale, return palms together, namaste. Keep your length. Gorgeous. Last but not least, I'm gonna maybe try taking it one step further by bringing the right fingertips down to the earth, or you can also take it to a block. Handy. And then opening up through the left fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Now traditionally the back foot is down, but that's pretty challenging for a lot of people, so we're gonna keep the back foot up here, spiking the right heel all the way back. One more big breath in. Being mindful of the head, the neck, so maybe keep your gaze down. And then on an exhale, rain the left fingertips down. To come out of the posture, we'll come back to our nice low lunge. Then lower the back knee, and we'll finish by sending the hips back, tugging a little weight back through that left hip crease again, and rounding forward through the spine. Awesome work. Close your eyes, take a couple breaths here. Great hamstring stretch. Really awesome for the lower back body, for the legs. If you suffer from sciatica or any symptoms of that, this is a nice little soothing sequence for that. Not for when you're having a flare-up, but just to prevent that and soothe any back pain. Sweet. Slowly rolling forward. Come back to your nice low lunge. Walk the fingertips up. Plant the palms. We're just gonna come right back to all fours, tabletop position. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, send it back for a little rest. Just one breath or two here. Child's pose. Big breath in. And maybe allow your exhale to go out through the mouth. When you're ready, come all the way back up to all fours. We're gonna do it on the other side. All right. So one more time, lighting up that fire in the core, but also this line from the crown to the tail, the dunda that I'm always talking about. Curl the toes under, press away from your yoga mat. So if you're collapsed in the shoulders here, you need to lift up through the upper back body. Here we go. 5 seconds. Inhale in, exhale, lift the knees, let them hover. Neck is extending out long. Shoulders are tugging back, lower ribs are hugging in. Tailbone shoots towards the back edge of your mat. And then we release. Awesome work. Here we go. Coming onto the tops of the feet, slide the right foot up. Reconnect with your breath. Find your foundation first. That's what this series is all about. So press into all four corners of that front foot, and then lock down that back foot. Front knee over front ankle, tug the right hip crease back. Make sure you're not on a tight rope here, but two parallel lines, like two skis. Two skis. And then when you're ready, here we go. Palms come together. We come all the way up. Go ahead and press all the way up first so you can find your foundation. And then really, really lifting sternum to thumbs here. Again, I'm not gonna bypass this. So a lot of times in a fast-paced vinyasa class, you can really just kind of forget about the energy, the movement of the energy that is really what foundations is all about. Alignment, yes, but then action, right? The energy. So the action here is not to bypass and just come into the shape, but to think about what you need to activate So really lifting from that center channel. Here we go. Inhale in, lift up. Think up and over as you come into your revolved twist. So again, getting into it nice and slow. Breathe deep, front knee over front ankle. Maybe find your yogi toes here. And if you're really flexible, just notice if you're kind of dumping all your weight in here, can you come out and just play a little bit there. Bottom hand comes into a fist, top hand comes over like a spider. And then just notice if your feet are turning different directions, being mindful of the toes. Big, big belly breaths here. If you do this every week, you're going to notice a difference in your digestion. That's all I'll say. It works. That's all I'm saying. Okay, big breaths. Inhale, one more big inhale here. And on your exhale, hands come together, namaste at the heart. So you don't want to crank, but you do want to be activated. Tops of the shoulders drawing down. Think upward facing dog in the front body on the second side. Then you might just stay here, or inhale in, curl the toes under. On an exhale, maintain your integrity here as you lift the back knee up. Breathing deep. I'm working to get my right hamstring parallel to the earth, but you're going to work on that in your own time. So again, you might just be here, or you might open it up. Hug inner thighs to the midline for stability. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. I said draw, draw, draw. Draw, brah. One more breath here, you got it. Inhale. And on an exhale, rain the right fingertips down. We'll come back to center. Great, lower the back knee, if it isn't already, and send the hips back. Beautiful, tugging back through the right hip crease here. Find what feels good, maybe find length. And then find a nice bowing of the head, catch your breath. When you're ready, slowly rocking through, planting the palms, coming back to all fours. We'll end in a child's pose for 1 or 2 breaths. Big toes together, knees nice and wide. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, send it on back. Forehead comes to the mat. Heart melts down. Awesome work. Press into the tops of the feet. Spread your fingertips. When you're ready, we'll slowly come back to all fours. Walk the knees together. Swing the legs to one side. Whoa. And come back to a nice, comfortable seat. Here we go. Big breath in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Let it go with a sigh. Okie doke, so that was your foundations of yoga for today. If you like this practice, you can bookmark it, favorite it, share it with your friends. This is a great little ditty for people who don't have a lot of time but want to tend to their whole body, right? Body and breath. And find what feels good. Really awesome for the lower back, really awesome for the digestive organs. All of these things are probably obvious, but just a little reminder and motivation for you to return to the mat each day. Thank you again for sharing your time and your energy with me and the rest of the Yoga with Adriene community. I'll see you next time. Take good care. Namaste.